today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create this look. You guys know when it comes to a makeup look where I'm able to really blow out that outer corner, it always becomes one of my favorite looks that I create. I'm obsessed with today's look. I feel like the blue against the brown and then the pop of yellow and that color inside of the waterline. It's a beautiful turquoise liner. It's stunning. I can't wait to show you guys what eyeliner I'm using in my waterline. It's also vegan and cruelty free, so I'm so here for it. Before we jump into today's makeup tutorial, I wanted to talk a little bit about Dossier. Let me give you guys your monthly dose of Dossier. So I do have my two brand new fragrances right here next to me. If you guys do not know about Dossier, they're basically a fragrance company. They create affordable fragrances that are inspired by your favorite high-end fragrance. I love this brand. I have so many fragrances from them, and when I tell you guys, they smell so good. Like, they smell so good. You wouldn't even be able to tell that it's not the original perfume. So when you get your box in the mail, this is what it looks like, and then right inside here you get your little information card. This card right here just tells you the name of the fragrance that you chose. It also tells you the notes, what high-end fragrance it's inspired by, the concentration level, and then of course you have your return policy. So with Dossier, if you do try out the fragrance, you're not really feeling it, you sprayed it on yourself a couple times, it's not your cup of tea, that is okay. They do offer full refunds. You get your money back if you decide to return, because I know obviously you're shopping online and I feel like fragrance is very personal. So if you decide that you don't like it, it is 100% returnable. So this month I did get 2 scents. The first one that I got is Floral Violet. This one is actually inspired by Marc Jacobs Daisies. So let me give it a smell. I'm actually smelling these for the first time today. So when you receive your bottle in the mail, this is what it looks like right here. So a very simple bottle, very to the point. It just has the notes on the bottle as well as the name of the fragrance. That smells so good. So good. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried Dossier, let me know down below in the comments, but I feel like their concentration is stronger than even the original one. Like, I'll put their perfume on and I will not have to reapply. It's literally on me the entire day. Like, it's one of those perfume brands that, like, you ever had someone like walk past you and you're just like, oh my god, that person smells so good. Like, you get that with these. It's insane. So the next one that I got for this month is called Citrus Tea, and let me smell this. I'm excited because this one's very different from things I usually try. This has bergamot, fig, black tea. It also has jasmine and cedarwood musk as well. So I don't know, you guys, I'm a little nervous for this one, but let me smell it. I'm not going to spray this one on me. I'm going to spray it in the air just in case I don't like it. Oh, this actually smells really good. I definitely could smell the musk for sure. I can also smell the black tea and the bergamot immediately, and of course those are the top notes, but it smells really, really nice. I'm very, very excited about this one. If you use Tatanisha 10, you will get 10% off of your purchase, and it also does work on top of any discounts they're having on the website already. So that is super cool. So be sure to use my code if you guys would like to, and if you're interested, everything's going to be down below. So let's go ahead and get into the video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the eyeshadow palette that I'm using. I feel like a broken record, but you guys know when I love something, you see it constantly over and over again in my tutorials, and that honestly just tells you that it is really good. So for today's video, not only am I using a cruelty-free and vegan eyeliner in my waterline, but I'm also using a cruelty-free eyeshadow palette, which we love. This right here is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. Of course, obviously you guys are going to see this palette up close in the video, but oh my goodness, it is so good. She's blendable, she's pigmented, she's colorful, cruelty-free. Such an amazing brand. I'm gonna link this palette if you guys are interested. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into the video. I feel like I've been talking so much. My apologies, but you guys are my friends. I feel like when I sit down and do my intro, I just want to like chat with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Before we do, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. And of course, without further ado, if you would like to see how I created this bomb look today, then just keep on watching. You guys, let's go ahead and get started with today's look. So I'm going in with the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 2.5 on a buffing brush, and I'm just, of course, buffing that all over my lid. And then for eyeshadow today, we're going to be using the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. Such a beautiful palette. I've showed it many, many times. So the first shade I'm going to be using is actually the shade in Depth, which is a beautiful dark chocolate brown. And I'm going to take that on pretty much, it's still a blending brush, but it's a tiny kind of more packed blending brush. And I'm going to use this to pack this color into the socket of my eye and also start to create that winged out shape, which you guys can see here. And you also can see that pigmentation is never a problem with this palette. So to go ahead and blend out the harsh edge that I created with that darker brown, I'm going to go into the shade Mama Bear, and I'm taking a little bit more of a fluffier brush. Now I am using Morphe brushes. I know that Morphe literally just removed all of their brushes and relaunched a brand new makeup brush collection, which hopefully I can get my hands on soon, but for now I'm still using their old brushes, so just bear with me. Next shade I'm going to be using is called Enigma. It's a beautiful kind of like burnt orange shade, and of course I'm going to use that to further blend. And then the last shade that I'm going to be using, which is going to be the lightest shade that I'm using for today's look, is the color Barley, which is this beautiful orange right here. And of course, the higher I get, the fluffier the brush is getting, just so that way it's really diffusing the product and not applying too much pigment. So now that I have all my colors pretty much laid down, I'm going to go back in with the deepest shade, which is called Depth, just to make sure that everything is really nice and deep. And I'm also going to add a little bit of the black eyeshadow to also give us as much depth in the socket of the eye as possible. So once I'm pretty happy with my blend, I feel like all my colors are really showing up. Now is the time where I go in with a Q-tip and a little bit of my cellular water, and I just go ahead and basically carve out the shape that I'm going to follow when I go in with my Cut Crease products. This just makes your life 10 times easier. It gives you basically that guideline, so that way when you go in with your base, all you're doing is basically filling in that area. So I find this to be super helpful and probably the best way to get a super precise cut crease. So this is where you should be at right now. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of blank canvas, but I did mix my blank canvas with my base in Rumor 2.5. I like to do that just because blank canvas dries down very, very quickly. So I feel like when you add a little bit of their regular eyeshadow base, by the way, they're both from P. Louise if you guys are not familiar, I feel like it allows me a little bit more wiggle room and the dry time is not as fast, which I appreciate, because you guys can see I kind of left these clips in more real time so you can see how long it actually takes me to cut the crease and how precise, and I like to work in sections and all that good stuff. So I feel like mixing the regular eyeshadow base with blank canvas, it just gives me that ability to take my time and not have to be concerned about blank canvas drying down so quickly. So I'm basically cutting my crease. The brush that I'm using here, I will link down below. It's actually a paintbrush from Michaels. It is phenomenal, okay? It's a really, really great brush. Like I said, I want to bring you guys my favorite eye brushes type of video, but now I'm on the hunt for some new eye brushes since, you know, Morphe decided to basically completely get rid of their brush collection and create a whole new one. So I'm working on it, but this is what the crease should look like once you go ahead and cut it. And then of course I'm going to take a buffing brush and just buff out that edge to make sure everything is really nice and blended. And now we can move on to the crease work. So I'm taking basically a liner brush. This liner brush right here is from P. Louise, and we're going to do this with eyeshadow, period. Okay, super simple and easy. If you do not have colored liners, that is okay. We're going to create one with eyeshadow. So the first shade that I'm going to go into is actually called Bubble Bath. And then the yellow eyeshadow that I'm adding on the outer corner is actually not from the Blends palette, you guys. That eyeshadow palette is actually missing a really true toned yellow, but she did just release what's called the Primo palette. And you guys, there's a beautiful yellow in there, so definitely check out Blend Bunny. But I basically used the yellow eyeshadow from the Stacey Marie Carnival XL Pro. And you guys, I did not use a green eyeshadow, okay? When the yellow and the blue started to mix together and I was trying to get that really seamless blend, it basically created its own really pretty light shade of green. It was like so intentional, but I was so here for it. So for the outer corner of the eye, I'm just gonna add a piece of tape. Honestly, Scotch tape will work. I will say that this is makeup tape from Sephora collection, so it's not as sticky, so it won't tug on your skin. If you're gonna use Scotch tape, be sure to kind of put it on the back of your hand first, peel it off a few times so you get rid of just a little bit of that tackiness. So I'm basically going in with all the same shades I did in the crease. That's why I'm not explaining too much. And then I am gonna go ahead and clean it up with concealer. So I went in with Depth, Mama Bear, and a little bit of the black, and also a little bit of Barley. And now I'm cleaning it up. And then of course, course, I'm going to go in with a little bit of liner. This is the Translucent liner in the shade Brown. I really have been liking this liner, but I will say that I recently purchased the new One Size Brown eyeliner, and I think I'm loving it just a little bit more, but I will keep you guys updated. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this look up a notch and basically just create kind of like a little extra flick on the outer corner. I feel like it looks really cool and it makes the look a little bit more different. It's not just your average cut crease. And then of course I'm going to go back in with some concealer, actually whatever concealer is left over on that concealer brush, and I'm just going to make sure that it is really nice and sharp. And then I'm going to go back in with that yellow eyeshadow, and now is where I can really start to blow it out, because now I know I won't be cleaning up that area with any type of concealer after doing this. So now what I'm going to do is go in with this Made by Mitchell liner. These are my favorite, you guys. The color is going to be down below. I did actually just purchase the Juvia's Place ones, and they're a little cheaper than these, so I'm hoping they're amazing, because if they are, then Juvia's Place is a little bit more convenient to get your hands on, but I'll keep you guys updated. So I decided to add the blue to those two little wings we have going on, just to kind of match the crease a little bit, make sure everything is nice and cohesive. And then I'm going to pop on my lashes. So for lashes, I'm going in with the Popsy lashes in the style Popsy. Y'all know, okay? These are my lashes right here. I love them so much. They're going to be linked down below if you guys are interested. And now I'm going to go in and do the face makeup. So I'm going in with the Say Beauty Super Dewy Glowy Primer. It's a gel-based primer. It's absolutely beautiful. I have been loving this so much more than the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter type situation. And then I am going to mix the Rare Beauty Foundation and the Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Foundation. You guys know I love being a little chemist, okay, and mixing my foundations to find the perfect matches, and I've been doing a really good job at it. This is another amazing combo. If you have more normal to dry skin, you like a lot of coverage, but you also want your skin to look really radiant and healthy, these two together are so beautiful, because the coverage that you're not going to get from the Rare Beauty, you're going to get from the Charlotte Tilbury, but then the Charlotte Tilbury is meant to be a little bit more of like a glowy, dewy foundation. Listen, it just works. So for cream bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty Bronzing Stick in the shade Happy Soul. Like I mentioned before, this product is phenomenal. It blends so well. The color is perfection. If you just so happen to be in Sephora and they finally have it on the shelf, you better snatch you one, because they're very hard to find right now. So I'm just going in with that cream bronzer and of course just warming up my skin, and then whatever's left over on the brush, I like to warm up my nose. For concealer, I'm going in with this baby right here. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is an oldie but goodie. I've recently rediscovered it in my collection and I am just in love with it. The littlest bit goes such a long way, and the consistency is so unique because it's more of a thinner formula, but it gives really great coverage. Like, this is not a concealer that you need to wait and let dry and set a little bit. No, you can blend it immediately and you're still gonna get that full on coverage. It's so beautiful. To set underneath my eyes, I'm going to be going in with my Collab Set the Stage powder. Such a beautiful powder. This is going to be my 5th tub that I'm almost completely out of, so that says a lot. And then I'm going to go in with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder in medium 11. Such a beautiful powder. Just keep in mind that the shade medium 11, they don't carry at Ulta. You have to actually get it on the ColourPop website, which kind of sucks a little bit, but it's really definitely worth it, I promise you. For bronzer, I'm just going in with my Fenty Beauty Bronzing palette, and then of course for blush, I love this blush palette. This is the Danessa Myricks. This is actually considered a lip and cheek palette. Everything, like I said, it's going to be linked down below, but I feel like people either love this or hate it, and I love it. You guys, look at how beautiful it is on the cheeks, and I'm applying this over top of powder. I really feel like if you have a problem with applying your creams over your powders, it may be the brush that you're using. I think you need to use a brush that's not so dense and a little more on the fluffy side. This is a Morphe brush that they probably don't make anymore, so my apologies. For powder blush, I just went in with the KVD Vegan Beauty Powder Blush in the shade Honeysuckle, my absolute fave. And now here's when I complete. It's giving, okay? So let me show you what I used. Also, I feel like I lost a little bit of footage. My camera stopped recording at some point, but I'm going to try to explain as best as I can. So for my lower lash line, of course, I started off with the shade Depth, and then now I'm going to go into the shade Mama Bear, and of course use that to blend out that darker brown. And then of course I'm going in with a little bit of Enigma, and then to add some depth I did go in with the black eyeshadow. Now these liners right here from Pacifica are so good, you guys. They're so creamy, they're affordable, they're vegan, cruelty free. You can get them at Ulta. I don't think you can get them in store, but you can get them online, and that's what I have in my waterline, the blue one, which is called Aqua. And then you guys are seeing here that I'm just taking a fluffy brush and of course just blowing out that yellow eyeshadow, and of course remembering to go back with my blush brush just to kind of combine that pink and that yellow on the cheek. Obsessed, you guys. So let's go ahead and refresh the brows. I'm gonna go in with the Glossier Brow Flick, and Trendmood just announced that Glossier is now going to be available at Sephora. Usually you can only get it online, and you guys know I've been raving about this product for so long. So once it hits Sephora, if you need the perfect brow pen, you need to get this one. It's amazing. And then for brow gel, I'm going to go in with the Refi Brow Gel. It is so good. Nothing holds my brows the way this does. It's an amazing product. And now let's get into lips. So for lip liner, I'm going in with the Makeup by Mario. This is his lip liner in the shade Travis. It's a beautiful, more warm tone brown. It's really pretty. Of course, I like to go in and kind of fill my lips in just a little bit, kind of just feather it in. And then for liquid lipstick, you guys, I literally was scraping out my last little bit of my Nakey liquid lipstick. Honestly, it's about time that I order some new ones because mine is super dried out. And then I went over top with this Bite Beauty lipstick. This lipstick is discontinued, so I'm sorry, you guys. But basically, any nude lip combo would do. And then I like to go back in with my lip liner just to make sure everything is really nice and defined. Now, for highlighter, I'm going to be using the LYS Beauty Highlighter in the shade Brave. This highlighter is so beautiful and it's so underrated. You guys, it's a beautiful, like, lit from within kind of highlight, but like also blinding at the same time. Like, it's really weird. I don't really know how to like describe it. It's just beautiful and you absolutely need it. It is gorgeous. And then of course, to go ahead and set everything in place, I'm going to be using my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist. Of course, I like to go ahead and spray my sponge, and then I like to press it into my skin. I feel like this just makes everything melt in. It gives your skin a really beautiful glow, and it really gives you that airbrushed, flawless, porcelain doll-like skin. It is just beautiful. So that is basically the last step to complete today's look. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm looking forward to starting to upload again Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays because I'm feeling 100% better. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.